The biggest bombshell of the 2027 dirt bike lineup is by far the all-new 2027 KX327 two-stroke and the cross-country brother, the KX327X. While we at Ride JBI we patiently wait for the full technical details of these bikes, Kawasaki has finally delivered on their word of delivering not one, but two full-size two-stroke machines. Welcome back to Ride JBI. My name is JB. And in this video, we're going to briefly discuss the all-new 2027 KX327 and KX327X, and then also go into detail on Kawasaki's relationship with both Showa and KYB suspension. Now, before we get into the suspension details, let's talk a little bit about the aesthetics, the motor and power mods, and the chassis. Let's start off with the aesthetics. So the plastics and overall styling coincides with the KXF 4-stroke models. The fuel tank is going to be commonized between both the motocross model and the off-road model. This is a 2.2 gallon capacity. This new KX327 motor is a fuel-injected two-stroke with electric start. It features a 39mm throttle body that is fed by a dual injector system. While this model is a fuel-injected two-stroke, it will still be necessity to premix the gas in the oil. This Kawasaki KX327 will be featuring an aluminum frame that is very similar to the KX450 and KX250F models. This makes it the only other two-stroke by the Japanese brands that features a two-stroke with an aluminum chassis. It does feature an updated engine cradle to fit this two-stroke motor, so it's not the exact frame as the 4-strokes, but very similar. The ready-to-ride weight is advertised at 233. Now let's compare the style of frame to the other two-strokes that are available on the market. The first one that comes to mind is going to be the Yamaha. That is also an aluminum style frame, but is not the perimeter style aluminum frame like the new KX327. All the other brands that make a two-stroke, such as KTM, Sherco, and Beta, all of those use a chromoly steel frame. Now that we've covered some of the aesthetics of the bike, the motor, and the chassis, let's shift our attention to the suspension, something that we at Ride JBI are specialists with. So this new Kawasaki KX327 comes with the highly sought after KYB suspension. This is going to be KYB's 48mm spring fork. Likely this is going to be a very similar fork to what was previously on the KX250F before that bike was updated to feature the same Showa suspension that comes on the KX450F. They have yet to release information on the spring rates, oil volumes, or clicker settings. The suspension setup is going to be unique between both the motocross and the cross-country model bike. As we logically can assume, the motocross is going to have firmer suspension settings and possibly spring rates than what the cross-country model would and what you'd expect. On the rear of the bike is a matching KYB rear shock. The shock is going to feature a 16mm shock shaft and a 50mm piston. It also has KYB's DCC, that is their dual compression clicker for both high and low speed compression adjustment, then also rebound adjustment on the bottom of the shock as well. This will be the same shock, more than likely, that came off the previous KX250F, before that bike was updated to feature the same Showa suspension as its big brother KX450. Let's touch on some of the differences between the KX327 motocross model and the KX327X off-road model. The X model is going to feature a few extra add-ons, such as handguards, to keep your hands safe when you're riding off-road. It'll also have a skid plate to protect the bottom of the motor. Kickstand has been added onto the bike as well. A rear brake disc guard, dedicated ECU settings for off-road riding. Also an 18-inch rear wheel with the Geomax AT82 tires. And with these goodies, there's going to be a slight price increase of around $600. Some of you may be wondering what will happen if I try to put the KYB suspension from this 327X on my 250F or vice versa. More than likely, the front forks will directly swap over. And by that, I mean in terms of overall fitment. They'll fit the triple clamps, the wheels, and the brakes. It is unlikely that the two shocks are going to swap between each other because it looks like the KYB shock that the 327 is using is similar to the previous generation shock that was on the 2019 to 2023 KX450. I have that Showa shock right here next to me, and this shock is a longer overall shock compared to the newer Showa shock that replaced it in 2024. The common question we get is what suspension is better, KYB or Showa? We do have a video out there where we did a comparison of utilizing both our KYB suspension right here and our in-house JBI Showa suspension as well. And we had a rider test them back to back. This helps us learn at Ride JBI so that we can take already two high-performing types of forks, compare them, and then really nitpick the differences and then figure out how to make it better. Thank you for watching this suspension-focused bike breakdown for the all-new 2027 Kawasaki KX327 and KX327X. Along the way, we hope you learned something and you're just excited as us about these two new bikes coming out from Kawasaki. If you liked what you see, man, please give us a share, give us a like and a subscribe. That goes a long way in helping spread our content throughout YouTube and allowing other motocross and off-road enthusiasts like you to find our videos.